about it. Hindi po pwedeng, Eric, magkakamot-kamot na naman tayo ng ulo natin, sabihin na natin na natalo tayo. Eh, katangahan na natin pag sinabi mong natalo ka.
Tama.
Eh, bakit hindi ka nakipag-discuss yan at ba't hindi mo binasa yung fine print, di ba? So, wag na tayong umarte-arte ng ganyan. Let's be smart, intelligent about any contract that we sign with any country. Lagay mo ba maghahanap sila ng Filipino partners kung yung tension ay pinapakailaman nila? No.
Tama.
They set aside the tension. Di ba? And
Agree.
really resolve these major challenges. Bakit nasa gitna ng politika natin ito? At tayo'y nakaka-retard ng ating economic growth. No?
Tama.
What we want to do is really to raise, to eradicate poverty. Huwag natin gamitin yung word na alleviate. Is to eradicate.
Yeah. Hindi po na hindi guilty ang China dito. Yung kanilang paghari-harian dyan sa South China Sea, yung kanilang pag-assert ng kanilang military superiority, yung kanilang pagdomina sa mga kalagayan ng tensyon dyan, hindi naman yan solo lang na dahil lang gusto nating magkaroon ng girian sa kanila. I agree to that point. On the other hand, sila din po ay dapat may pananagutan sa pag-maintain ng peaceful coexistence. In fact, Professor Carlos, ng unang bahagi po ninyo, with the administration of former President, of now President Marcos Jr., binanggit po ninyo yung paggagarantiya na magkakaroon ng panibagong pagbubukas sa exploratory joint venture agreement na, sad to say, ibinasura ng Supreme Court but sinimula noon na buksan ng China with the Philippines in the previous government of the Duterte government. Do you think at the current state that we have right now, is it still viable for us to go into a joint venture for productive engagement sa South China Sea rather than magsukatan ng tapang ang Pilipinas at China? And what would it take for the Marcos government to achieve that kind of level of pacified situation and more productive engagement towards productivity?
Yeah, exactly. That is really the trajectory that we should take. But before we can even do that, you know, joint partnership, extraction, exploration, etc., there must be trust and confidence between and among the parties involved.
Correct.
No? Pag walang trust and confidence, naglolokohan lang tayo. And I think the key concept there, natalakay na namin ito nung NSA pa ako, is the jointness, no? Let us be smart, intelligent about it. Hindi po pwedeng, Eric, magkakamot-kamot na naman tayo ng ulo natin, sabihin na natin na natalo tayo. Eh, katangahan na natin pag sinabi mong natalo ka.
Tama.
Eh, bakit hindi ka nakipag-discuss yan at ba't hindi mo binasa yung fine print, di ba? So, wag na tayong umarte-arte ng ganyan. Let's be smart, intelligent about any contract that we sign with any country for that matter, no? Para walang mga remorse, walang mga, ay, mali, no? Katakot-takot ang lawyers natin, naglipa na, di ba? Why are they not looking into this fine print?
Correct.
So, if there is one exploration, by the way, parang nabasa ko somewhere na si MD Pangilinan is continuing with this joint effort. Hindi nga lang nagjajaryo siya, because it's not sexy to talk about this joint undertakings, but I think it's continuing.
Yeah.
Sabi ko nga parallel with all these political tensions are really the economic activities which continue to be robust. And I use that term robust because they really are robust.
Correct.
Kaka-visit nga lang nung how many 22 young entrepreneurs here looking for Filipino partners. Palagay mo ba maghahanap sila ng Filipino partners kung yung tension ay pinapakailaman nila? No.
Tama.
They set aside the tension. Di ba?
Agree. And ma'am, speaking of your perspective, no, napakaganda, no? Parang ako po'y umupo ulit sa classroom lecture ng isang propesora na napakagaling maglinaw ng mga konsepto sa geopolitical dimensions. Ma'am, may nagtatanong dito sa ating mga televiewers. Ang UNCLOS daw na hindi kinikilala ng China on the aspect ng South China Sea, West Philippine Sea dispute, pwede naman daw pag-usapan kasi yung arbitral ruling pala, ma'am, hindi naman talaga categorically nag-award, kundi nagsasabi siya na kailangan mag-usap ang China at Pilipinas sapagkat hindi pumasok ang China sa voluntary arbitration. And so therefore, the role should be ang pag-uusap, ang unang-unahin, hindi po yung paggigirian at pagkiskisan. At yun ang binabanggit mo, change of mindset. What would it take for President Marcos Jr. to go the extra mile, the way you are now telling the country and the people listening to you na walang mawawala kapag nakipag-usap ang isang leader sa bagay na ang patutunguhan ay kapayapaan at kaunlaran at hindi digmaan at kamatayan? Go ahead po, Professor Carlos.
What will it take? What it will take is for Xi Jinping to put bit on his shared future, shared resources, and shared prosperity. Where is the base, no? Ano ba yan? Ano lang yan? Laway lang ba yung sinasabi niya sharing? Lagyan niya ng lagyan niya ng laman yan. No, the president is a very rational person. He's a very decent person. The way I know him when I was there at the cabinet. And I think he is really trying his darndest best to bring us to a better Philippines. So, please, we elected him with a great majority. Let us help him succeed. Hindi yung pwedeng every 2 days gusto natin nga patalsitin siya. Ba't natin ginagawa to? Pinapagtawanan na nga tayo ng buong region. Why are we doing this, no? So, let us support him. And sana, kung nakikinig ng mga Chinese decision makers, please, it is your move. No? There is already a memo, a MOA between the Chinese Coast Guard and the Philippine Coast Guard. Gamitin ninyo yung MOA na yan. There's a legal framework for you to continue talking, no? Because if we stop talking, I'm sure you know the alternative is unacceptable, Eric.
Correct. And we respect your opinion, ma'am, to that. Political stability must come from within. At I agree to you, ma'am, na bagamat may mga opinion na hindi tumutugma sa pamumuna ni Pangulong Marcos Jr., you believe that the President deserves a time to prove himself in office, and because of the mandate given in a popular and democratic elections. We respect that point of view na ibinabahagi po ninyo, Professor Carlos. But nonetheless, may tanong dito, mama, na pumapasok sa ating talakayan at gusto naming banggitin sa inyo ito. Do you believe that if the political bickering, which is also undeniable between the Duterte and the Marcos, kung maayos nila ito, makakatulong at makakapagpabilis ang linya ng komunikasyon at channel of diplomacy na pwedeng bumukas ang China, of course, sabi mo nga, with condition of sincerity. Hindi yung gino-good time lang tayo nila para pasakayin. Kung hindi, re-respetuhin nila tayo bilang isang bansa. The way we assert our independence also sa iba pang mga bansa kagaya din ng Estados Unidos, which should be the line of our foreign policy and foreign interaction direction. Do you think the bickerings in politics, kapag nasettle ito, makapagpapabilis po ito ng pag-de-escalate ng sinasabi ninyo and become a functional dialogue towards diplomatic resolution of the conflict in the South China Sea issue? How do you look at that, ma'am?
Yeah, absolutely. Kasi alam mo, yung previous past administration and the present administration, dapat magkapit kamay kayo, no? Yeah. Ako naman, sa akin, noises lang to sa ating politics, entertainment nga for some, eh. So, pero tama na yan. Topic already, nakakayamot na kayo, no? Ganun ba? So,
tama po kayo.
Ang laki-laki ng challenges ng bansa, eh. Yung mga noises na yan, these noises really should stop, no? And, yes, well, if we hold hands together and really resolve these major challenges, bakit nasa gitna ng politika natin ito? At tayo'y nakaka-retard ng ating economic growth, no?
Tama.
What we want to do is really to eradicate poverty. Huwag natin gamitin yung word na alleviate. Is to eradicate poverty because it can be zero. It can go to zero, Frederick. Huwag gamitin yung alleviate, no? And we can do that only pag magkapit kamay tayo. Corny man sabihin, it is really when we take collective undertaking that we win, no?
Yes.
At siguro an additional comment,
ahead,
no, as from a geopolitical perspective.
Go ahead po.
Dapat natin ding alamin na ang talagang hidwa is between China and US.
Yes.
So, edi kayong maglabanan, hello, and gusto nyong gera, maggera kayo sa sarili nyong teritoryo at wag nyo kaming sinasabit-sabit yan.
Yun.
Okay? So, mabuti na track mo din down, Eric, na September 2020 pala niya sinabi yun.
Opo.
And let's hold him on his word. As I said, to repeat, the President is a very decent person. He's doing his darndest best to bring us to a better Philippines.
Correct. And we like your point of view. Ang mundo ay hindi kailangan paghatian sa hegemonya at imperyo ng Amerika at China. Sapagkat yun ay dapat sa kapakinabangan ng humanity, the way you took off your argument kanina. At kaya nga nagkakaroon ng mga giyera dahil sa ganid sa ekonomiya, sakim sa politika at kapangyarihan. At tama po kayo, ang primarya dito na nag-aagawa ng postura ng paghari-harian sa mundo ay hindi ang Pilipinas at mga karatig bansa, kundi ang Amerika at China, na dapat isettle nila ito without damaging the geopolitical and interregional stability ng ating rehiyon. We agree completely to that point of view ni Professor Carlos. Ma'am,